Okay, so hi guys. This is going to be the second part of my new series that I'm kind of launching. The first one is the Ipsy thing. This video is probably going to be up before the Ipsy, but just know 2 new series. I've said in like my first video that I wanted to, record my weight and have somewhere where I can, look back and whenever I'm done losing all my weight or, whatever. Who knows? So one night I decided when I wasn't sleeping that I would make a binder. And this is just the front. It's very plain. Just because I didn't want, if somebody came into the house, like we have like a cleaning lady and I don't know, I just didn't want anybody to like read it and be like, oh, what's this, and like read it. And it's not that I'm like ashamed that I'm losing weight, it's that like I don't want people to know like my personal measurements as of right now. So I made this binder and like on the side it says my name, my last name, and then 2015 to 2016, and it's January to January basically. So I made this in the middle of the night. Like I kind of wrote it up and what I wanted to talk about and things like that, and what I wanted to have measured, what I didn't want to have measured, and kind of like that. So opening it up, I have kind of like a rough draft of my daily routine. Morning, I'd weigh weekly. Coffee and breakfast, my devotions, I'd read for an hour, and then I'd do my workout. Then I'd have my lunch, and that's kind of like my relax time. In the afternoon, I'd clean the house and coupon if I need to, and then work out again. Take shower, make dinner, hang out with the family, and then go to bed. And then move timing for appointments. And this was before, like, real life set in, so that happened. And I just kind of went through, like, what things I can eat. And so I have, like, coffee. I love my coffee. So I have coffee, eggs, a smoothie, or cereal. I haven't eaten cereal so far. I've had more smoothies and eggs than anything. Just because it's easy, I'm kind of lethargic until I'm, like, done with my coffee, and it's, like, an hour later. Then we're good. Lunch, I have veggies and chicken, turkey, or soup. And another point to this is I'm not eating anything with a hoof. So no beef and no pork. And no fish just because I'm allergic to fish. It's sad. I used to not be, but that's a whole other story. So basically chicken, turkey, and vegetables and fruit, that kind of thing. Dinner, relatively the same options as lunch. Snacks, I have veggies, apples, dried fruit, real fruit, popcorn, Jell-O. And popcorn isn't something I try to eat every day, although it's kind of like one of the only real big carbs. Like, I'm not eating pasta, I'm not eating toast, I'm not eating like a lot of processed foods. I'm eating very, trying to be as not natural, but trying to be as like minimally processed as possible. So like fruits and vegetables and meat, basically. I do have the occasional Jell-O. Jell-O is something I can't give up, and do not ask me why. I love Jell-O pudding. I've eaten a whole thing of, I can sit there and just eat Jell-O, lemon Jell-O. It's a problem. But if I get the sugar-free Jell-O, so it's the 60-calorie sugar-free, I don't have like 5 of them every day. I'll have like 1 for a snack. But I like the sugar-free dulce de leche and the sugar-free double chocolate or vanilla and swirls, whatever. So that's kind of one of the snacks. I do like to have cranberry and almonds together because that's good. It gives me kind of like a little afternoon pick-me-up, which, some days I really do need. Then I have rice cakes. The Quaker, just regular rice cakes are made with brown rice, so that's okay. I try not to, if I have like rice at lunch, which I just kind of incorporated as this week, which is week 3. It'll be technically week 2, but it's technically week 3 in my binder. I don't get to that. It's confusing. So, brown rice is okay. I mean, one serving, if I have rice one day, like with lunch, I can't have a rice cake, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to double up on my carbs. And I'm just looking at my cheat sheet. Dried fruit, like I said, with the dried craisins. That's really the only thing that I personally like. I don't like dried bananas. Can't stand it. It ruins bananas for me. I'm not a huge fan of citrus right now, just because I do have multiple sclerosis, and it kind of, and I know that sounds really weird to be like, why? But I've read a couple of articles that citrus fruit like kind of irritates basically the multiple sclerosis, and I don't know if that's 100% true, but I like completely don't want an orange or a tangerine. I like don't want it. It's weird, but I'll have like a little bit of orange juice in my smoothie, just because I like the taste of it, but I don't want to eat it. I'm a strange person. I'm very well aware of this. So then the apps I'm using, so let me grab my phone. I'm using MyFitnessPal, which I actually really like, and I've used it a couple of times, but it's just, I wasn't really as, not determined, but as, what am I saying? I'm just trying to say, as, what is that word? Devoted? Determined? Something like that. And I probably already, oh my gosh, I'm backtracking. Excuse me, I'm brain fart. So, it just never really worked for me, and I wasn't really measuring my food correctly. And now, I mean, anything that goes into my mouth or my body or anything is weighed on my food scale, and I'm like addicted to it. I don't eat out. I can't eat out. Like no, just not right now. And I use Map My Fitness. So if I go for a walk, or I go walk in the treadmill when it's 20 degrees out, but the wind makes it -4. I'm not going to go outside. And it's just all on my phone in the little health app. And yes, I do have a period app. Everybody should get with it. That's a lifesaver. We're off track. But Map My Fitness. Whoa. Where are we going? There. Map My Fitness, I do like for kind of logging my workouts and things like that. And then MyFitnessPal records everything. I have them hooked up. So, like today, I went on almost a 2-mile walk with my mom, and I almost burned 500 calories. And now my mother, leisure walker, and we have both dogs, and stopping every 5 seconds to mark their territory. But I was just happy that we got a walk in. So that's hooked up, and I've really been liking that. But back to the binder. Like I said, very plain, simple, just has my name and year on it. So you open it up, and it just has kind of like another plainish looking thing. I'm going to hide my face. But it just is my name, and then year, Then the next page, which I'm not comfortable showing just yet, is my starting age, weight, timed mile, the date, my BMI, and what size clothing I'm wearing. And then my goal is at the bottom of my weight, timed mile, size, date, when reached. When I reach my weight goal, then that date's going to go there. And my BMI. And I just have like a size chart for roughly about between what size I want to be. Then we come to the measurements, which gave it its own little tab. And so it says measurements, and then it says January 1st, 2015 to January 1st, 2016, week 1 through week 52. And this took a long time. So I've skipped through what I've already written on just because I'm not comfortable showing that just yet, but I'll get there. So, starting out, I have my date and the week, and then weight right there. And then to measure personally, I have my neck, bust, waist, hips, upper thigh right, upper thigh left, and bicep right and bicep left. And so there, I'm just going to give you a look at that. And now I did this myself. So I took computer paper and a ruler and a pencil to start out with. And took the ruler, and so I made, is it 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 9 little spaces, and then the top one I cut in the middle. And labeled accordingly, just like this, for 52 of them. My hand, and I did this over 2 days just because I knew I couldn't sit down and write the same thing 5,000 times. And, like, see, towards the back, I don't even have anything written just because I haven't worked on that just yet. But I knew I would get kind of tired of my hand cramp and that kind of thing. But since starting this, and I started this January 1st, today is the 15th, I have lost a total of 4 pounds. And now, 4 pounds to me is a lot from going completely sedentary, not doing any exercise, anything whatsoever, not measuring my food, not eating the right things. So, 4 pounds is a lot to me. And it might not be to others, and some people might say, rude things. And that's their problem, that's not mine. Honestly, I'm so proud of the fact that I'm still on day 15 and I'm still just as motivated as day 1. And I'm getting better with working out because like I said, I had to build, I haven't said this yet, but I had to build up my endurance and that kind of thing. And so I started with a half-mile walk on my treadmill. That's honestly what I did. Or if I wanted to do just dance, that was what I did. And that going from the weight that I am now, or what I was, it was just kind of like, okay, I weighed this much and I just walked half a mile. I should be proud of myself because most people that weigh my weight aren't doing anything and they're just kind of, still kind of doing whatever they want. But that's their thing, not mine. I'm just trying to be a better person because I do want to have kids. I want to have a husband. I want all that stuff that everybody wants. And, I want to feel confident about myself. And I'm not saying that I have to be thin or whatever to have a husband and kids and stuff like that. But personally, for me, I want to be a fit mom. And, be able to run around with my kids and do things with my husband. There are things that I want to do in life that I can't do at this weight. And so I think that that's a big thing to me is I'm doing this for my future. And I don't have diabetes, high blood pressure, anything really like that. I do have multiple sclerosis, so I can't get too hot too quickly or too cold too quickly, if that makes sense. It just kind of, acerbates it and kind of irritates it relatively. So that's just something that I have to be careful of, so I won't be running a half marathon tomorrow. That's pretty much what it comes down to. So, I'm weird, I know. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked. But I hope that this, helped somebody or motivated somebody or anything like that. And like I said, this is going to be an every week. I weigh and measure on Thursdays because that's just how it fell to start this. So every Thursday there should be a new video and I'll kind of talk about the foods I've been eating and my weight loss and that kind of thing. So as of today, in 2 weeks, I've lost my 4 pounds. I'm just looking at my binder, just double checking. So relatively for week 1, I just wrote down my weight, and so it was January 1st, which was week 1, but it was technically week 2 is technically, it's weird, complicated, just go with it. So, and I'd have my measurements, my weight, and then I did it again, January 8th. The week, my weight, my measurements, and then today, week 3, my weight, my measurements, and it's been 4 pounds. And, you know, I'm proud of that, damn it. Excuse me, but I am. You know, I feel like there's this, we're going to go on a little rant real quick. I feel like sometimes people look at you if you're overweight, chubby, anything, and say, oh, well, she's just lazy, she doesn't do anything. And it's like, no, I mean, there were points in my life where I ate to cope. I went through some things really rough in my childhood, and I ate to cope and to deal with it. That's how I deal with it, and other people deal with it through exercise and things like that in my family. And they're thin and healthy and that kind of thing. I'm working on it now. And it's taken me not 21 years, but, you know, 7 years to get, you know, where I want to be. And I feel like sometimes I'll go out in public and I still get the snickers of, oh my God, she's so fat, or guys laughing. And it's like, I'm 21 years old. You are, I would hope, to be somewhat of an adult over the age of 18 that is making fun of me over something as stupid as somebody's weight. And I don't think people realize how hurtful it is when you're told repetitively that you are fat, you are worthless, you don't matter, you should just kill yourself. And I mean, I went through that in high school. You know, and people dealt with it differently than I did. I just kept eating because it was comforting and the food didn't talk back to me. But I mean, looking back now, it did because obviously. But I'm working on it, and I feel like people aren't praised enough for working on it. They aren't praised at all. They're, you know, torn down constantly about people saying things about their weight, or they're not good enough, or they're stupid, and that kind of thing. And it's like, that has nothing to do with weight. I mean, you could be the smartest person in the world and be 400 pounds. But I mean, that's just, logically, I don't know. It's just something that kind of bothers me, and it's stupid. I mean, my own aunt thinks that she has blatantly called me fat and worthless in front of most of my family, and nobody said anything. So when I was of age, when she started doing it, we went into a little fight. It was not pretty. But that was because I was finally at the age where I could stand up for myself. And I mean, I'm not going to go up to somebody in the middle of Target, let's say, that have said something about me. But it's like, really, you have to say that? Like, are you having that bad of a day that you have to pick on somebody else that has a weight issue? You don't know that I'm working on it. I mean, I'm not holding up on my t-shirt that, you know, I'm working on my weight, so don't make fun of me. You know, I mean, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, I'm working out now, and like, look at me on Instagram and all that crap. And it's like, that's not what motivates me. What motivates me is my future, and having kids and a husband, and being a good mom, and being there for my kids. So that's just my little rant. So that little rant's over. But like I said, new series every Thursday, if not Friday, depending on editing and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys liked and are subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and leave me comments, feedback, anything like that. Let me know. We're at 19 minutes already.